Peace, family. So I'm back with another one. So today what I wanted to do was I wanted to talk to my chosen ones about you need to not be so vulgar with your language. Don't be so vulgar with your language. Yo, when I hear these things or see other entities that's vibing like me, have to deal with people and other entities interacting with them this way, it always makes me laugh on the inside. Like, your biggest concern is the words and how they're being used, which is a good point. That is an extremely great point. I will never knock it. But the difference that comes in with that is you don't have any empathy or very low on the scale to even understand where the messenger is fucking coming from. A lot of these motherfuckers be so weird and so warped into their own little witchy ass perspectives that they don't even, one, comprehend that it's a war, two, understand that words are spells and spells are real, and for three, half of the males don't even know what the fuck it means to be a male, and the women don't even know what the fuck it means to be a woman. So when people are talking to you about your language and how you communicate and you know where your intentions are set, man, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. If you would see a lot of us chosen ones growing up in our processes and the shit that we had to endure and go through, trust me saying shit is the bare minimum. And it's actually a good pat on my back that's all you have to say when you tap into me or you tap into any of us out here. That's all you have to say. In your language. And it's like, so it makes me feel good on the inside. That's all you have to say. Because you can watch all of my content. You can watch anybody's content. You can follow anybody's flow. And you can pick up anything to say about them. When I run into a lot of these demons, their words and being vulgar is the least of my fucking concerns. I am not concerned whether somebody is using the words that they considered curse words. The Matrix said that these words are cursed, and then you follow the flow, but then you try to tell somebody who's following the natural flow what to do or what to say. You gotta shut the fuck up with that witchy shit. You have to shut the fuck up with that witchy shit. You have to be able to tell somebody, where did you get these words from? How did you come up about them? How do you break them down? Do these words follow the natural flow of things? Before you start trying to apply pressure, say, oh, somebody's speaking vulgar or somebody's speaking explicit, or how could you speak on women like this? Or how could you speak on males like this? Like, first of all women ain't women. So I don't give a fuck what y'all say about that shit. I don't give a fuck if you got a titties, ass, and a box between your legs. All women are not women. You are females. You are females. You have to prove yourself to be a woman. I don't look at my daughter and say, oh, she's a woman because she's a female. That's stupid as hell. So the ones that got that dumbass perspective, you need to throw that shit in the fucking trash because it's stupid as hell. Like, it's like me looking at other men and saying that they're men. And you not moving like me, you not vibing like me, you not doing the shit that I'm doing, you not helping the people around you, you not putting selflessness up here on your scale, even though you're warned with a bunch of selfish motherfuckers. No, you not no man. You not no man, you're a male. You do not get the same accolades as I get. I put fucking work in. And the rest of the other men that put the fucking work in, they put the work in to be called men. Just because you have a beard doesn't make you a man. Just because you have a car, that doesn't make you a man. Just because you have a house, that doesn't make you a man. Shit is crazy. That makes you a male. If you have the same tool that I have between your legs, that just makes you a male. That's all it makes you. That's all it makes you. So when people be like, oh, you don't talk about women like that, oh, don't talk about men. If you don't take your old 3D robot zombie having ass on over somewhere, because that shit's not flying over here. We don't care about none of that shit. If you can't give me no better direction, then you have to shut the fuck up. And I'm gonna tell you just like that. Extremely nice. I'll fix my, hey, you mind shutting the fuck up? That was pretty nice. That was pretty soft. Like, it couldn't get no easier. I don't want to say please be quiet. Because I have a warrior spirit. That's not how my spirit sits. That's not how my spirit sits. If people want to use all these other words and say, oh, yeah, he's aggressive, or he's angry, or you're aggressive and you're angry. No, bitch, where did you get these words from? Where did you get these words from? Because anything that's not submissive does not mean that that shit is being aggressive. Trust me. Trust me. I've played sports my whole life. Trust me, when I had to go out there and fuck somebody up on that football field, I didn't take that shit off on the bench with the other players and keep that same energy. I didn't look at the people in the fans and stands or when I'm going back between locker rooms and giving them that same energy I just took this dude head off with on the field. Common sense. Sports teaches you how to direct your energy. I learned how to direct my energy at a very young age, but now I'm not doing sports. And I know how to direct my energy. I'm sitting on a play before they call hike and I'm just relaxed. You know, I'm playing safety. This is football because I like contact. I did football too. I love football. I played Pop Warner since I was fucking 7, 8 years old. Like, so being back in a safety position, you know, you just kind of relax. You waiting for them to call hike. When they call hike, now you in motion. When you're in motion, if the ball comes flying to a receiver or somebody comes running to you with the ball or getting ready to make contact with you to block you, your energy fierces up for that moment. You take care of that situation and then you continue to go about the next play and the next play and the next play. But a lot of y'all lazy motherfuckers never played sports. Y'all was the motherfuckers in gym class that wouldn't even dress out. Like, damn, you lazy. This the easiest fucking class to get an A in the Matrix. And y'all so witchy, it's like, oh, I don't even want to dress up. And it's usually mostly the females, you know? So, and it's just like, this is the easiest fucking grade, you lazy motherfucker. Like, you think somebody wants to talk to your sloppy ass while you just sitting over here, blah, 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 and you're not even doing the easiest fucking class that all these other skinny people are doing. And the ones that's not skinny, they're at least putting their fucking minds into the easiest fucking class. The easiest class. Y'all worry about somebody's language being vulgar. Yo, if you've come a long way in your journey, and I mean a long way in your journey, and that's all that somebody has to say about you in your process, pat yourself on the back. You're doing extremely well. We've known about language since we was babies. So that means you're doing extremely well. That means their frequency has not changed. When people say stuff like that, I either delete your shit right away or I block it or remove it, or I just don't respond to you. Or like I said, if you're a person I ask you please shut the fuck up? I'll say it just like that. I'm not gonna say please be quiet because I need to have that little whip on the end of it so you know how serious I am. I can't just go around mushing people and slapping people in the face physically, so you wanna feel it spiritually. You come around saying some dumbass stupid shit, how you a believer in the universe and you cursing? Show me your fruits and I will show you my fruits. Tag along with all the curse words connected to it that you call cursed. That you call cursed. It's not the same flow, and that's not even how that shit works, man. I promise you. If we are spiritual beings having a human experience, then you know it's already about the energy connected to it. Some words have a harder condensation to it just because of the way it was formulated, you know? So witchy motherfuckers formulate, so it seems like that word will always be witchy, even if you try to change the energy behind it when you using it. That is possible. That is possible. But the words they call cursed and the ones that we use when we communicate outwardly, that's just a way of keeping you submissive. That's a way of keeping you submissive. You're supposed to have tougher skin. You're supposed to be building your shit. You know what I'm saying? When we was younger, growing up, like, we was able to take, you know, you had to be able to joke. If you couldn't joke, you better be able to take a joke. And if you couldn't do either or, you better be ready to fight. It was that simple. That's how simple it was. But now they trying to control every word that comes out. They've been trying to control us, so let me reword that. they're increasing their tactics on controlling our verbal language and using their little fucking robot zombies in fucking everybody's everyday life and on this fucking digital world to fucking get at people. That don't make no sense. I don't give a fuck if this Muslim used 1,000 curse words. If he used 1,000 curse words and he was able to pull these Christians and these Buddhists and these Judas, all these motherfuckers together, I think keep using curse words. Promise you, I'm gonna sit right there with you and I will take notes and I will use curse words with you. Oh, he used it every other 4 words? Okay, every other 4 words. I went to shit at store. Like, I would figure it out. You're pulling people together. It's doing way more than what's going on in this matrix now, opposed from having everybody separate and everybody walking around with dog bags and all this other shit. Somebody try to tell me that shit is not fertilizer. Like, in the comments, I'm like, you just gotta have a little bit of common sense. All the ducks shit out here. I got them out here right now. The geese, they shit in the grass. Come on now. Nobody picks it up. It fertilizes. That's what it does. Cow shit. I guess you're okay with cow shit because people call it manure. You change the fucking word on it and it's like, Like, I tell my daughter, and I was telling her this since she was 3, 4. Just little things, because I teach throughout life. I don't have always these one sit-down moments. She's like, Daddy, I want some water. Could you put some ice in it? I said, you know what ice is, right? Ice is just frozen water. So you can call it ice, or you can call it frozen water. It's just frozen water. They just use the words to change it to make it seem like something else. Like you eat ham, you eat pork, that's pig. Well, you don't need all of these fucking names. You eat beef, you know, all this other shit, that's cow. That's cow. You drink milk, that's cow. You don't have to put all these other simplified things for yourself. Oh, you eat bacon, that's just pig. It's pig, you know, unless you got turkey bacon, then you eat turkey. You know what I'm saying? But it's all just, it's word spells on top of word spells to confuse you. So when you actually are coming out of this confusing space, it confuses you a little bit more. And it holds that spell on you a little bit longer if you're not strong enough to understand what the fuck is actually going on out here. All of that shit is more detrimental than somebody saying shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, or talking about these demons, you know, and these witches in a certain motherfucking manner. Like, I don't care about none of that shit. Like, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck how nasty your shit is you say in the comments. I don't care how nasty you try to be through the phone. Cause in real life, the energy is always different. I promise you. I promise you. The energy is always different. I have never had any of that shit poke his chest out in real life. That's on my grandmother, that's on my unborn seeds, that's on everything I love. That's not how they operate and that's not how this shit work. You know what I'm saying? That's why they have to keep using these manipulation tactics and words and spells, because they fucking weak. You fucking weak. You fucking weak. Stop being weak. Don't be weak your whole life. If you weak link and you want better for yourself and you have good intentions and you want to follow the natural flow of things, grab onto somebody, a better leader who knows what the fuck he's doing. You know what I'm saying? You have to find the right ones to follow, or you're going to keep diving around to all these weird spaces and more people confusing you. The way to stop being confused is just figure out who's following the natural flow. It doesn't matter if you like the information or not. Who's following the natural flow? If they following the natural flow, some of their tactics is going to be a lot harder because they're going against the matrix flow out here. And that's predominantly most of us, you know, spiritual beings having a human experience. So when it comes to all of that shit and these words being spells are real, people always casting these shits on each other. I cast spells too. I ain't gonna lie, but I guarantee you my shits is always to uplift and then to enlighten and to push people forward and to motivate people. That's what I put my energy into. If you force my hand to give you that other energy, best believe I'm gonna give you all 110% of it. The same way I put that energy into lifting and lighting motherfuckers, I am going to put that energy into thrashing your ass. I promise you. I promise you, I'm not out here to play. My life is very serious. I take all my time, very valuable. I understood that I didn't value my time. I used to run around lingering and lollygagging and doing all this other shit and waste an hour here or waste an hour there, waste 20 minutes here, waste 30 minutes there. I done fucking ran over here and then chill for 3-4 hours, wasting time here. Nah, I don't got time for none of that shit. Every minute fucking counts. Every minute counts. So if you message me, if you see me, you pull up on me in real life, man, I'm gonna get straight to the point. And for those that was already in my life before, or that was in our lives before, they're gonna have to go because they're not gonna understand, and they're not gonna fuck. They understand. They're just not going to go with the flow and show you that you're worth the value you're putting on yourself. It's like I always gotta fight my own goddamn excuses for these beings because I've always been high on empathy scale. So it was a lot of years I had to go through of fighting the excuses myself, but I also put myself in position to where I experienced this shit. I tried different tactics. I wouldn't be in this position I'm in now, communicating outwardly, if I hadn't experienced this shit. Like I'm not one of them leaders that would tell somebody to do something that I wouldn't do. If it was time to jump off a bridge, all right, wait, y'all. Let me jump first and let me see what's up with the bottom. Make sure everything Gucci, because I always feel like I'm the strongest one. If I don't make it, then y'all gotta take a different route. But that's usually my method. I'm not like, let me throw somebody out there first and let me throw them down there first. Nah, if I'm gonna lead, I gotta show you that I can do it. I can do it. Ain't nobody else doing that shit. But, you know what I'm saying? That's, you know, words are spells, spells are real, you know what I'm saying? And people always go and try to get you to control your vulgar language, even though we got quote unquote mass shootings and killings and all this other shit going on out here, you know what I'm saying? If it's really happening, because I know they got crisis actors, you know, I know they fake a lot of this shit because it's all digital, you know? So, like, a lot of that shit they put out there in front of us, it's not even really fucking happening, but you have to be able to cut yourself off and not dive into that space over there. You know what I'm saying? But tapping everything down below. Peace and love to the kings and queens.